All right. So, John is on a smoke break. We probably have about 10 minutes. We're just going to see how much progress we can make in that time.
Since we're already going sort of against the grain of things, am I allowed to look at the screen for this time?
Yeah, I feel like that's a rational decision to make.
Very special episode.
Yeah. I'm just trying to like survive here. But like if you look at my health, if you look at my radiation level,
there's an athletic outfit here, and so if you want to survive, you're definitely going to want the extra longevity from being healthy.
I mean, that's probably true. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's exactly what I was looking for. I'm glad I could, like, stumble upon this. So I just turned in, and, like, this Deathclaw is really happy that I gave it back its egg. Like, I can...
You guys are chill now? Like, that's...
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, if I come back, he's gonna be mad, but, like, also, I gained 2 levels in doing this, so that's chill.
Yeah.
I've never done it this low level, so, like... truce. Good boy, stay. But I knew it could be done, so I'm glad you were able to do that, Ryan. That was...
I mean, you put a baton in my hand, and there's no telling what I'm capable of.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I'm just looking... I know it's around here somewhere. I'm not taking that pristine egg back. You can take it back, and then Mama gets real mad at you. As she should. But...
Yeah, I mean, that's just... And you'll forgive me for this phrase, because a substitute phrase does not exist. That's just being an Indian giver.
Yeah. No, I think the phrase you're looking for is renigger. But that just does not sound better.
That's really the thing?
Yeah, and no, you're reneging on a situation. That I want to make it clear.
Fuck that!
I want to make it clear. I got that Philly accent to an extent, but, like, that's renege. But, like, reneger, but, like, that doesn't...
Yeah, that's not better.
That doesn't sound good. So, my apologies, I don't mean that as anything racial, because, like, if you look at the, etymology, I don't believe there's anything racial in that, and believe me, I have no hate toward, that specific ethnic group. I was gonna say any ethnic group, but that's just a lie.
Don't get me wrong, I hate plenty of folks, but
yeah, no,
we can leave that off the air.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to vocalize any hate, because that's just immature. That's not the way to do this. Like, we all have an irrational xenophobic hate of something, and if you say you don't, you are lying. But that said, I don't want to voice that. I don't want to make that grow any larger than it has to be.
Which reminds me, something that I did in my art history class the other day, because what was I going to do? Listen?
I have a test coming up on Tuesday that I just have not even tried to... I haven't looked at...
Yeah, this was the class before the test that I had in that class.
Yeah.
So, I think it was Harvard that's like hey, let's see, are you racist maybe?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so it'll show you, you get 2 columns, and it's like with one you associate any pictures that they show you of a black face, with the other one it's a white face. Okay. And then they do, okay, now this column is good, this, like, words that are good, and this column is words that are bad.
Oh, okay.
And so then it's like, okay, so this column is words that are black people or bad things, and this column is words that are good or white people. And then you do the opposite.
Okay.
But the thing is, basically how you do on that test is just determined by the order that they give you the stuff in.
Right. That's interesting.
And they're like, hey, so we gave it to you in a random order because that is a factor. So if you think that our results aren't accurate, you can try it again, and there's a 1 in 2 chance that it'll be the different order. I'm like, Harvard came up with this? Like,
well, that's the thing. You always see things like Harvard study proves, but it's like, it could have been the ones that are trying to bait a response. Like, there's no accounting for if you're trying to prove something, you know?
Like, it very well could have been, like, a high school project that got a B-. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If we're going for the accuracy of the system.
I'm really glad John used all of our stim packs. Like, that's...
Oh, God.
That's really good on him.
You gotta get really healthy really fast. Don't have time to sift through the duds, as Frank Reynolds would say.
Right. So that makes it a really interesting situation.
Oh, shit,
hey,
Nixon
John.
back.
John's back.
John is back from his smoke break wearing a bandana as a blindfold. So
I
he
just
doesn't
got back
find
from a Suicidal Tendencies audition.
Ha! Alright, so welcome back. We got the Deathclaw Gauntlet, so
Cool.
that's probably the best weapon we're going to find anytime soon. That said, I'm trying to upgrade it, and it's becoming an issue. But I'm working on it.
Now,
Need 3 aluminum.
is that a double barrel Deathclaw Gauntlet? Like it has 2 bones on it? What's
It adds an extra claw, and that claw is used to disarm opponents. Right now it does not disarm, but it has the capability to grow to disarm, and once it can disarm, it is a formidable weapon.
I mean, it didn't work out too well for the Deathclaw that I got that egg from.
I mean, he wasn't using it right, and you know that. Like, you are the greater warrior with an entry-level weapon. Could you imagine using his weapon?
That's a very good point. I mean, I hadn't thought of it in that light, but yeah. It's,
Well, that was your
unstoppable.
mistake. You gotta think of it with the enemy's weapon, and that weapon is my brain, or a Deathclaw Gauntlet.
Yeah, so idea
I've
for
been
weapon
reading a lot of I Am Very Smart posts lately.
Oh god. So we should name that what I used the Peacekeeper's Baton, and it just has
Yeah.
doesn't do very much damage at all, but it has the special aura that enemies that you fight just won't fight back. Actually, you know what? I take that back. That's a little too sad.
For real.
That is too real of a weapon.
Make every story into a sob story.
So it looks like you're just dismantling this entire area.
Yeah, I'm trying to get aluminum, and aluminum's kind of hard to come by, so I'm just kind of blindly...
Well, I just saw you tear apart some tires and a tree, and I don't know if you expected to find aluminum in either of those things.
No, it's really just clearing brush at this point, because you know where aluminum is? Because I don't. You know where aluminum isn't? Because those things are in the way. Like...
Aluminum is in America, aluminium is in Britain.
That's true, just like petrol and gasoline.
Yeah.
2 different things.
A glacier and a glacia.
I don't think that's one, but it might be.
A glacier and Enrique Iglesias?
Can never be in the same place at once. Like,
Nope.
you can check. They're never...
Ever since the 90s, they just don't get along.
Ooh,
That-
I know where to find an aluminum can. Think I figured it out. Blown this shit right open.
All you gotta do is get Enrique Iglesias. What's the one? Fat
The glacier?
Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah. He's not fat, though.
Get
What?
the two
Oh,
of them.
god damn it.
Get the 2 of them on top of a glacier, and they form the key of time.
No, get them on top of each other. And you have the worst porn ever made.
or the best.
And it's pretty ironic because Iglesias means churches.
Yes. All right.
Resident foreign language translator Ryan Brooks on the scene.
I need 1 aluminum. 1 aluminium. So let's see. Does this have it? No.
Vitamins.
Are there any... Oh, wait, this is Boston, so there are a lot of really great bars. So there's
Yeah.
probably some cans somewhere.
Well, see, there's a lot of cans. Most of those cans, tin cans.
Ah,
So,
Shout out to Boston. You guys are great.
so I'm...
the city of Boston wants to sponsor us.
Pre-apocalypse. You guys are awesome.
Guys, you're pronouncing that wrong. It's actually Bathtown.
And Boston.
No. Bathtown.
Bathtown?
Yes. Correct.
Bathtown, Massachusetts.
Bathtown, Massachusetts.
Boma.
Hey, Joe, do you remember
Or
that time
Bama.
when we started a rap group and anytime you tried to rap Wu-Tang, you sounded like you were from Boston?
Yeah, that was... I don't know what it was, but that
Should we
wasn't...
link to that or something? Because
No.
that was...
Wait, is this pre-me?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is before you came in.
that was premature, yes.
We did Shimmy Shimmy Ya by
Yeah, I had like
the elderly filthy scoundrel.
I had an accent to it, and I feel like that was just like delivery wise. I couldn't help it, but I've managed to grow past that as a person.
I really liked it.
I'm very proud of myself.
I'd like to hear that.
I mean, it's online, and
Okay.
it won't be linked to, so
Maybe I'll just link to it, Joey.
maybe I'll just censor it. You really have underthought the concept of me being the chief editor of all of these videos.
You know what? That's all fine and good. You know why? Because I don't even know how to do that. I probably need a YouTube account first.
That's right. Which, if you make a YouTube account, and this also goes for any of our dear listeners, you can follow us, and if we get like 1,000 followers, we can like hunt down some sweet investors and sponsors. So you should do that just so we can make money eventually.
And
like, for real.
when we hunt down said sponsors, are we going to finish them with a pistol whip like John, or are we going to actually use like 22 caliber rifle?
No, we're gonna use a baton.
Ah,
I was thinking ripping out their spine through their asshole.
Well, John, you haven't been doing well in this game, so...
I didn't think that had any influence on how we handle things in the real world.
Well, John, you're wrong.
See, I can tell you firsthand, John, to rip out someone's spine through the asshole, it's actually a fairly complicated surgical procedure.
I got time.
You think you could just reach up in there, but really you can't. You have to
Now,
disconnect...
John, you say you have time. Do you have 4 years of med school? Because I know
Sure.
someone who does.
Thank you, Joey.
You got it, man.
I will make the time to make this happen.
See, first you gotta disconnect the spine, then you gotta either make an incision at the front of the waist, or just reach up in through the booty hole, and then you have to grab that spine.
Got a knife on me all the time, so that's not a problem.
You need a scalpel, not a knife, John.
Ah.
Knives are what plebeians use to pick buffalo out of their teeth.
It'll be fine.
Scalpels are what classy people use to cut open cadavers.
I never said it was classy.
Joey, do you have something to add?
No. Well, I have one thing to add, actually. Ryan,
Yeah.
speaking of booty holes, your booty hole is beauty hole.
Well played, Joe.
See, like, to call that dad
Was
joke-
it?
Well played.
To call
Was
that-
it?
No, it wasn't. It was shitty, and John, shame on you for promoting it.
Thank you.
But, like, the phrase dad joke doesn't feel quite right to describe what you just did
that
to
was
me there.
that was a daddy joke.
Oh, that's the one. That'll do it.
And that may be the title of this episode.
Oh, daddy jokes. I hate it.
Good.
That's like 1,000 times worse than what the word moist does to people.
Am I the only one here that doesn't get, put off by moist?
Do you get erect by moist? Because
No.
if so, then moist and daddy are the same.
I don't feel anything towards either.
You have your ambivalence towards your moist daddy.
Exactly.
They used to call me. I like it when you call me moist daddy. Put your hands in the air if you a true player.
So, like, I get why people don't like moist, but it doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, I understand it, but I don't. It doesn't affect me.
Really, I'm a much bigger fan of damp, however. I like damp better than I like moist. And really what it boils down to is that moist is hot and a little bit wet, and damp is cold and a little bit wet. But,
You know how I like my girls, Ryan?
Potato, tomato.
Just a little bit wet.
Badum-tish.
No!
So, we've never gone over that. That's what John thinks a rimshot sounds like when you play the drums after a bad joke.
No. I know what a rim shot is.
No, I was clarifying for them, not for you!
I don't want you to give the wrong definition of what a rim shot is.
Okay, what's a rim shot, John?
A rim shot is when you hit the rim of a drum. That's not what a badum-tish is.
Oh, so it's called a badum-tish, is it?
I don't know if there's an actual name for it, but a rim shot is not what that is.
John is a professional drummer, ladies and gentlemen.
Professional in quotations.
who believes that it is just called a badum-tish.
Yeah, it's an onomatopoeia.
Exactly.
I believe that's actually pronounced Amampia.
God damn it.
Oxford Monster Penis?
Yes.
Or is that the title of this episode?
Ooh. No, that's too much. Like, we still want to get these past whatever bizarre censors YouTube has.
That's a very good point.
Like, I don't want to end up on the dark side of YouTube, you know? Like, have you ever been on deep YouTube? It's not a place I want our videos to be. I want to be...
Yeah, that's a good point.
I want to be wholesome family fun that, like, you don't want to tell your parents about.
Wait, can you tell the story about Frankie and how he was, like, discovering the deep web?
Oh, okay, so the girlfriend's boss, shout out to Frankie, who, if you find this, I have no relation to my girlfriend at all. We are not together. Like, you should not ever penalize her for anything I say.
Oh yeah, she doesn't condone this.
Yeah, no. But he found out about the dark web through a Viceland episode, and immediately, like, he was telling my girlfriend about this. He's like, yeah, so I called up my brother, who's like IT tech support guy, is very computer savvy, and had him like try and help me get on the dark web, but I couldn't figure it out, so I gave up. And that's how we ended the first, you know, part of that story. Then he follows it up with, I hear you can buy a person. And I sincerely believe that he was trying to get on this to purchase a human being.
It's like, let's see if they have any good people in stock.
I need a Russian mail order bride. Where can
No,
I do that?
No,
Nope.
no, John. You can do that on the regular internet.
No, we mean a 7-year-old Somalian girl.
Yeah, no, we mean a human being, not a mail order bride.
That was in the back of my mind, but I didn't want to go there.
Well,
That's where Frankie went.
that's where we're going.
Okay.
Careening toward trafficking.
What do you mean careening? I'm pretty sure that's the definition.
Yeah, we're careening toward it.
We're not careening. We're in
We're
it.
stuck in trafficking.
We careened, and now we're there. You're correct, John.
We're on the exit
You're
ramp
correct.
for it.
You're correct, John. We're balls deep in human trafficking now.
Okay.
Thank you. That's the title of our fucking episode.
Balls deep in human trafficking.
Balls deep in human trafficking.
See, I feel like if they would shut down Oxford Monster Penis, they'd shut down Balls Deep in Human
Yeah,
Trafficking.
but now we're too deep in, so thanks, John.
You're welcome.
It's all John's fault, ladies and gentlemen.
Most things are.
Yeah, that's actually a fact.
The apocalypse in this game is John's fault, and that's canon.
I
Yeah.
would also like to point out, I don't know if this is me going crazy or me being really drunk, but I thought Joe's foot was a cat.
Man, I wish my foot was a cat. Well, really,
Wait, hold on. His left foot or his right foot? Because you
Whatever one was on top, I would assume his right foot.
It's probably my left, actually. But
Or whatever.
Let's not be.
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye and I thought it was a cat.
Well, do you have a cat?
I did.
Did it
Ghost
leave to
cat.
become Joe's foot?
I wish.
Found a better gig?
I wish. No, we had to put it down.
Ah.
That was sad.
That way to
Sorry.
keep us all in good spirits.
Okay, you want to hear a story of me going crazy? Well,
That
more
doesn't seem
crazy?
That doesn't seem to be good spirits, but I mean,
You know what, Joey? I think
No
I'll
one-
roll the dice on this one.
sure, let's do it.
We have a minute left. How badly could he mess this up?
Okay, so I was going to a
God.
show in Allentown. I'm pulling off the Lehigh exit on the Northeast Extension, and there's two different lanes.
Regionalism jokes.
Yeah, we live in Pennsylvania, so I'm getting off the Lehigh exit.
Oh, speaking of which, if you're in Allentown, please go to Coffee House Without Limits.
Oh, that's a very good
and
point.
say hello to Billy Mack.
Billy Mack is the nicest man I've ever met. He's too pure for this world.
I once was in a mosh pit with Billy Mack, and it felt like angel kisses. All right,
Aw.
so continue.
Anyway, I'm driving me, my girlfriend at the time, and our mutual best friend, and I'm in the left-hand lane, and as I'm pulling around the corner to get to the
I'm
the
sorry,
toll
just
booth-
real quick. Fun fact about the game: if you are tired of the cutscene where Piper is bitching to the intercom, then you have to wait for Piper to stop. Then you bitch to the intercom, and then she's like, "Hey, let's bitch to the intercom together," and then you manage to get in. If you just like attack Piper, the doors will open and they will let you in. All right, John, finish
alright.
your.
Yeah, finish your timer's done, but let's hear the end.
This will only be a
Yeah,
like,
no.
This
Continue. You're
will be
good.
quick.
Yeah.
So I'm in the left-hand lane, pulling up to the toll booth, and the white lines dividing the left and right-hand lane, in my mind, came off of the ground and were flying at me.
You were driving too long.
Were you on mushrooms?
I know.
You ever been?
You
on
guys know I
mushrooms?
do not do any drugs, aside from alcohol.
Only the one that kills the most people.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
methamphetamine. He's also a big speedhead. I believe they're called tweakers.
Wait, Joey, is speed the same as meth?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, you want to end this episode with a haircut?
Sure.
All right. So we're probably going to, and this is just really for future Joseph, but we're probably going to cut out and just end with the finished haircut, but I'm going to record all the audio just in case, and then I'll just cut this part out, worst case scenario. So tune in next time where we do stuff.
Lots.
Yeah, so shout out to Nazilla, shout out to you, our listeners. Please like, please subscribe, please follow, please... that's the same as subscribe. Please tell like 100,000 people. 1,000 people as in... you personally tell 100,000 people. I mean you as a zeitgeist, as a generation, as a viewing model. Please tell 100,000 people. We really only need 1,000 subscribers in order to start raking in that sweet, sweet loot, and then we can make beer money, and then we can make enough money to get better capture equipment, better computers, more time to do these things. And that's really what we're trying to do. Like, we're not trying to make this our full-time job, but we are trying to make this an easier task, and
Yeah,
you can help us with that.
Yeah,
So-
we're just doing this for fun.
So please, donate to our Indiegogo. Please subscribe, if
We have-
nothing else.
Please.
Please,
Indiegogo?
please tell your, or GoFundMe, whatever.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, well, I mean the link's in the description, so it's fine. And we will be so grateful. We will probably shout you out on the air. We love you. Keep it up. Yeah.